Hello, welcome on it's Shul, and today in this video, I'll be going over the two trades that I took today on GC1 and MAQ. So, as you may know or may not, I started my new funded challenge. It's a paper trading account, but it's like a funded, right? I'm using funded challenge rules and stuff like that, and I have a funded challenge target, a profit target, right? So my goal is to get this account to 53,000, and currently we're at 51,201. And so currently I have 4 trades, and my current win rate is 75%. As you know, we have 3 wins out of 4. It's easy math. That's 75%. And I'll be going over the trades that I took today and the trades that, like, the reason I took them, right? Because, it's Sunday. Nobody really trades on Sunday. And it's a bank holiday tomorrow. Like, nothing's really supposed to be happening on this, right? But the reason I took these trades is because I knew what was going to happen, right? So on GC and MNQ, I already had like a full day analysis. Like, if I didn't take these trades today, I mean, I could have waited till like Tuesday or something, but I knew that something was going to happen at least today. At least like the market was going to move. So I'll go over the trades that I took like first, which was the one on MNQ. So as you can see, I took this trade at about 5:15 and the market opened at around 3. And I was looking the whole time. So I wanted to take a trade. I most likely should not have traded today at all, but this is the trade. I entered right here based off of a fair value gap. So I actually entered up here and my stop was like right down here. So we got dragged. The what is called entry that I was taking it based off got like completely disrespected and it filled this one. And then we just moved sideways for like the whole time. Then as you can see right here, I added like more contracts. So at the beginning I only added 7, risking 300, which was like all the way down here. And I entered up here, right? So like I had a really loose, what is it called? Stop loss, right? Because I knew it was gonna happen. Like we had this 5-minute gap, which is actually an hour gap, 1 hour fair value gap. And I was not really waiting for that to get disrespected, as you know, it was just gonna take a whole lot of time. So it just kept bouncing back between these two gaps right here. And we were just ranging. That's why I didn't have as much entries on here. And then once we broke the 50% consequent encroachment right here, as you can see, we closed above it. And that was like my perfect like confluence right there. That was the time for me to start adding more contracts because I knew that with only 7 contracts from right here, it was not gonna push up to 600, and 600 would be like all the way up here, and like you can see how absurd that is, right? That is a crazy trade. Even this trade that I took right here is a crazy trade. Like the how long these trades are is kind of crazy, right? This was a 5-hour trade, like no joke. 5 o'clock, took it at 5, and I got out at what is it called? 10 right here. And I was only risking 300 on the whole trade, especially when it started pushing up here. I adjusted my stop loss, entered more contracts, and put my stop like right here. And then it just shot up and it hit my take profit right away. So it was a pretty simple trade. I already had a full day analysis like before the market even started. Like I had this analysis like days ago, like right before market closed. I already had this like fully set up. So I was just looking for the time to actually enter. I was most likely not gonna enter today if like nothing was happening. But as you can see, we had lots of liquidity sweeps. We swept these old lows right here, and I was just ready to take a long. So on this one was a little bit more rushed. I was actually going to enter like right here, like believe it or not, because I was looking since the market opened. But like when we were like in this 5 minute gap right here, we were doing nothing, like absolutely nothing. So I stopped looking at GC and I was looking more on MNQ. That's why I took the trade first on MNQ. But while I was not looking, we pushed out of this, created a fair value gap. And if I was looking, I actually would have entered like right there. Like this would have been like at the perfect entry for me. And we would have just pushed up. And as you can see, we have these other gaps right here that I could have entered based off of, but I obviously did not. Instead, I entered on a 1-minute gap. So if you look right here, I dropped to the 1 minute, which I usually do not do. My trades are usually on the 5. And I basically found this gap right here. and I took it based off of that. As you can see, we were moving a little sideways for a little bit, and then he just shot up. And like, this isn't even my full like analysis for GC, right? GC, I know GC is gonna go crazy for a little bit. My actual John liquidity was up here because on the daily we actually have this fair value gap right here that I think is gonna get at least filled. Like, even like if the market moves choppy for a little bit, like it's at least gonna go up here like once and then drop back down. Like, that's what I believe. Or we could go for this gap right here. So we have like two gaps right now, and it's kind of hard to decide. And I could have been looking for shorts, obviously, if I was like targeted on this. But as you know, if you look on the SMA, like there's no reason to look for shorts in this, especially for what's called a fair value gap like that. But I'm targeting this. I'll keep looking for longs on Tuesday. As you know, tomorrow's a bank holiday for the USD. Martin Luther King Jr. day tomorrow. So that's what's up. No school, which would have been great to actually take a trade if it wasn't a bank holiday. But it is what it is. We'll be back on Tuesday. And for MNQ, I'm looking for this right here to get swept. And as you know, I've been trading futures. I'm only sticking to GC and MNQ. They've been working out pretty great for me, and I hope to pass this challenge by the end of the week. I only will be able to trade like for 2 more days though, because this week has a lot of crappy news, bro. Like, especially on the uh, US. And these news, bro, like they're like always at the exact same time that I trade. But obviously, I don't really care about time that much. I'll be looking at like trades even on Asian session. So we'll see what happens though. Obviously, could still be taking trades on what is it called? Asian session or something else, or like London session. But GC, Gold, and MNQ have been looking pretty great for me, especially with my win rate. I'm gonna start upping my risk to reward actually. So I was risking 300 like per day, like maximum on the day. So like if I take a trade on both, I'm only risking 150, and then like I'll be going for like uh a $600 trade or something like that. So I'm going for like some crazy type of this entries. But as you know, I only entered on GC. I only risk 150, but on MNQ I risked 300, and I went for a 1 to 2 on both. So as you know, this is the GC trade right here, which is a 150. I was risking 150 to gain 300, and on this one I was risking 300 to gain. And this trade right here, the MNQ trade, was basically free risk. Like, if I lost this trade right here, then like the whole day would have just been break even, and I wouldn't really have minded. But I'm thinking of upping my risk to 500, right? So I'll be risking 500 to gain 1,000. So I'll be going for like still a 1 to 2, but I'm risking 1% instead of 1.06. I mean, no, instead of 0.6, 0.6. This is what I've been risking. So we'll see what happens. I'm thinking of just taking a single trade and going up to 2,000. And then like the next trade after that, I'll be risking only 400 to gain 800. So I'm hoping to pass this in less than 10 trades, but you never know what really happens. You could just go on a losing streak randomly. But using my strategy and my analyzation that I've been doing, I think like it could end up pretty well. And I've also taken notes on him. So like even if I do what is it called? Start losing these and stuff, like I always have like notes on what I did right, like what I did wrong, what I did right, and what I should have done instead, and what I will do next time, right? And I have it on all of my trades. So we'll see what happens. It was a pretty good day today. Took 2 winning trades, and that is it. Thank you for watching.